Hello everyone, and welcome to the Fictional Vortex. So we are back with an interesting movie on what if Naruto was blessed by cursed kamis and become Death God. But before we start, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you enjoy my content. Let's start the story. Chapter 1. The Curse. A small yellow blur ran past the dark streets of Konohagakure. A 5-year-old Naruto Uzumaki ran past the shadowed alleys and streets, a horrified expression on his tan-whiskered face. Why me? Why me? Why me? Was the litany rushing through his head as he ran. Blood running down his rapidly healing cuts and bruises, dripping down to the ground, creating a small river of blood. Why me? Why am? He fell and the villagers surrounded him, their eyes empty, their mouths hollow, and their bloodlust directed at him. Die, demon! One of them said, and kicked him in the ribs, breaking two. The others then started kicking and punching him, momentarily forgetting their weapons. He screamed as one of them broke the bone on left arm. While the others were laughing at his screams, he crawled out using his right arm and started running. A second later, the villagers, noticing he was gone, looked around and a young Chunin pointed at the running figure. There's the demon, go get him. The others ran after Naruto, screaming, Die, demon! Murderer! Bakemono! And other things the wind carried away, though he heard Kyubi as he ran into the woods. He jumped over rocks and roots before falling in exhaustion on a circular clearing. Big cerulean eyes stared at the moon in sadness. Why is this happening to me? Why? He thought as grief overtook him, breaking the happy mask he always wore. Tears ran down the sides of his face, as he felt a bit amount of pressure in the back of his eyes. He wiped the tears away with his hand and was surprised. My tears, they're cold. He looked at his hand and was startled. My tears look like a rainbow. Then he heard them. The demon is over here. He tried getting up but was too tired, and as the pressure in his eyes disappeared, he collapsed on the ground. He saw villagers and EU ninjas raise their weapons slowly as if savoring the power they had, and as they were about to stab him, two men appeared in front of him. One with a weasel mask, the other with a dog mask. The weasel masked one looked at Naruto and, green hands glowing, checked him for serious wounds. When he was finished, he picked him up bridal style. By order of the Hokage, you are all sentenced to death for revealing an S-class secret, said both masked men in unison. His eyes closing, he saw the dog masked man's hand surrounded by lightning, and as Naruto passed out, he heard, Happy birthday, Naruto. Naruto opened his eyes and was surprised. He looked at the sewer walls and started wading through the water that reached to his thighs. Where he walked he didn't know, all he knew was that something was calling to him. He went left, right, then left, seeing doors and more doors, some dark, some light, others a mixture of both. He reached a clearing and, getting out of the water, climbed the steps. He had a bad feeling about the place. But no matter how many times his brain ordered his feet to move away, they stepped closer and closer until he was in the middle of the large space. He noticed walls and pipes dripping with a weird substance, but what really enthralled him was in front of him. Made all of a weird metal, the huge gates were rusted on the bottom, but above were thousands of signs and twisting lines, many intertwining, all of the lead to one place, to the top of the gates, where a piece of paper with the kanji for seal was holding the giant metal gates closed. He walked forward and looked inside, but all he saw was darkness. Red eyes with black slits for pupils opened. Surprised, Naruto jumped back. What do you want, Gaki? Naruto stared silently, amazed. The red EYs moved up and he finally saw the beautiful red fur connected to 9 tails swishing and moving at the end. The fox moved forward. What do you want, weakling? Naruto glared at the fox after he airing that, I'm not a weakling, stupid fox. The fox lowered his body until his eyes were in front of Naruto's face. What did you call me, Gaki? I called you a stupid fox. You know, stupid as in dumb, idiot, mentally retarded. I know what stupid is, you weakling. I've lived thousands of years more than you. I have more, a lot more, mental and physical capacity than you will ever have. No, really. I suspected an old 500 feet tall fox to be stupider and weaker than me. What was I thinking? Note the sarcasm, furball. Why, you idiotic little Gaki, I'll rip you apart. And Naruto looked around, ignoring the fox. man, I wish I had a chair to sit on. As soon as he thought that a chair appeared in front of him. Cool. I wonder. Anyo, I wish, I know. I wish I had a puppy to play with. Instantly a black puppy with a white chest and paws appeared. Naruto started playing with the dog. He ran, jumped, and rolled around as a dog chased him. Anyo, I wish I had a ball. A white fuzzy ball, with a cord attached to the end appeared. Naruto threw the ball and the puppy ran after it. When the puppy went back to Naruto, Naruto grabbed the cord and started playing tug of war. Laughing, he pulled the cord, and as the dog let go, he, are you even listening? Jumped and turned to the fox. You don't have to yell. You know, Naruto yelled as the puppy barked at the fox. The fox growled at the puppy and the puppy ran behind Naruto whimpering. Hey, don't scare Renin. Renin? What kind of name is Renin? It's a mix between ramen and ninja. Since Rameninja and Ramenin sound too weird, I called him Renin. I swear sometimes your stupidity astounds even me. Hey, don't call me stupid, furball. Don't call me furball, you little never mind. I didn't send you here to argue with you. Why did you send me in here? Where is here? And who are you? You're in your mindscape and I am Kyuubi no Kitsune, the demon lord. Naruto looked horrified at the demon lord. Kyuubi, I thought you were dead. Technically my body was nothing but pure chakra with a soul, and chakra, that what sealed into you by the Yondaime, Kit. But I thought that the Yondaime sealed me into a boy, not a girl. Me. So that's why the village hates me. Naruto's face was bitter and hurt. I'm the Kyuubi. Gaki. Don't even compare me to you, you little weakling. I'm sealed inside you, you aren't me. It's something those ignorant villagers can't realize. So I'm not you. No, Gaki. Stop calling me Gaki. Furball, Naruto said, annoyed. Then he got serious. So the fourth sealed you in me, yeah. The fourth Minato Namikaze. Why did you attack the village? Kyuubi looked away then back at him. A snake with a leaf hit I ate killed my mate and kits. A snake. Yes, a Konoha smelling of snakes. He went to my cave. Killed my mate and kits, while I was out hunting, and ran off to Konoha. I followed his scent to the village and in rage tried to attack him, but your stupid village's nin. Ya thought I was attacking them and in the end I was sealed inside you. Naruto looked sadly at Kyuubi. A second later his face looked determined. I promise you, Kyuubi, that I will find the ninja and get revenge for you. And I never break my promises. Thanks, Kit. Since I can't get out, I'll accept your offer, which means I will train you so you can be a ninja. Train me, yada. Finally I can become a ninja. Naruto started jumping and cheering. The puppy followed him, jumping at the same time. Shut it, Gaki. A ninja doesn't yell. You have to be serious and calm. You have to be able to think of strategy while in battle and not lose focus. Naruto stared at the fox attentively. Yes, Kyuubi sensei. Sensei. We are going to start with something easy. No, I wanna learn cool strong just you, not something easy. Gaki. Kyuubi explained with extreme patience. First you have to start easy to get to the hard things. The best ninjas were always, well, almost always the hardest and most dedicated of all ninjas. And like everyone, they started with the easy things. Why? Because if they didn't know the basics, the jutsus they would do would waste their chakra and energy quickly. Ooh. Anyo, what's chakra? Chakra is spiritual and physical energy put together to make jutsus. Oh, okay. As I was saying, we are going to start with the basics, hand seals. There are 12 hand seals. Tori, Buddha, Inu, Nezumi, Ryu, Usagi, Uma, Habi, Suru, Oushi, Ohitsuji, and Tora. Bird, boar, dog, rat, dragon, hare, horse, snake, monkey, ox, ram, tiger. The reason for hand seals is to help you mold chakra into the just you want it to be. You can do jutsus without hand seals, but we'll do that later. Anyways, I want you to practice doing all 12 hand seals in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. That will take me forever. Then you should start now. Unless you can't do it because you're too weak. I'm not weak. I'll show you. I'll do it in 1 second, you furball. Tori, Buddha, Inu, Nezumi, ramen, Ryu, Usagi, Uma, Habi. Shrimp flavored ramen. No, Suru, Oushi, Ohitsuji, and Tora. God, I'm so hungry, I want ramen. Yes, shrimp and beef flavored ramen with a chicken one after that. Damn it, stop thinking about ramen. Time skip 24 days later, one day in actual outside world, Tori Buddha Inu Nazumi Ryu Usagi Uma Hubby Saruo Ushio Hitsuji Tora. Naruto breathed in deeply. 1 second, Yada. I did it, I did it, I did the hand seals in just 1 second. Yada. A sleeping Kyuubi woke up. What'd you say, Gaki? Naruto looked at the fox exasperated. That I finally did the hand seals in 1 second. He yelled at the fox. The demon lord was surprised. Really? Show me. Okay. Tori Buddha Inu Nazumi Ryu Usagi Uma Hubby Saruo Ushio Hitsuji Tora. Good, now try to mold chakra. Put your hands on the Ohitsuji seal, close your eyes and meditate, breathe in and out slowly. And when you feel an energy that feels like a river, grasp it and you'll be molding chakra. Naruto put his hands on the Ohitsuji seal and meditated. Find a energy that feels like a river. Find a energy that feels like a river. Find a energy that feels like a riv. And he felt it. He looked at the chakra and grasped it, but then he noticed other chakras of different colors and variations. Even a beautiful white one. Naruto grabbed those two and opened his eyes to see a stupefied Kyuubi. Asterisk 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 outside world hospital. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The Hokage looked at a pale Naruto and growled. Stupid people, can't they see that Naruto isn't Kyuubi? Killing them wasn't enough, I should have had them tortured, until they begged for death. Ibiki could have had fun. Well, this is the last time this is going to happen to you, Naruto, because starting next week you'll be learning to be a ninja. The Hokage, named Sarutobi, looked towards Naruto again and smiled softly. You'll finally get your wish, Naruto, you'll be trained to be a ninja. Sarutobi turned to leave and felt a huge chakra spike. He turned towards Naruto and gasped. Finally, I'm done with the chapter, Naruto. Yada, I'm not a girl. Me. Yes, you are, you just don't know it yet, Naruto. Huh. Me. Yep, you don't know it, but Sarutobi Gigi knows, Naruto. What? Sasuke. You're such a doby, Naruto. Shut up, Tem. Sasuke. It's true, Doby, in the start of the chapter she said it was going to be a femme Naruto story. Me. He's right, Naruto. Well, you suck. Me. That's the best you could come up with. Naruto. No, you're mean. Me. Oh, the sorrow, Naruto thinks I am mean, tears, Naruto. No, don't cry, Luna-chan. Sasuke. She's faking it, me. Yep. Peace sign. Naruto. Pout, that was mean. Me. I know. It was fun too. Anyways, thank you for reading and please review. Luna-chan. 3. Chapter 2. Hello again. I would just like to give that back. Naruto. No, cause if I give you this you're gonna keep writing about me being a girl. Me. Give it back and I won't write about you being a girl, K. Mutters under breath, yet Naruto. I heard that. Me. Heard what? Naruto. What you said. Me. What did I say? Naruto. You said, yet. Sasuke. Just give her the damn keyboard, Doby, Naruto. Shut up and stay out of it, Tem. Me. Yoink. Takes keyboard back, Naruto. Hey, give it back. Me. Nope, starts writing next chapter, Naruto. TEME, help me. Sasuke. Why should I, Rasakantachi? Naruto. Do you know who she is pairing me off with? Sasuke. No, then again, who cares? Naruto. You should care because she's pairing me off with you. Sasuke. So wait, what? Naruto. Sweat drop, you really didn't know, did you, Tem? Sasuke. Of course I didn't. Why the hell would you think that? Naruto. 'Cause you're gay, aren't you? Sasuke. Eyebrow twitching, no, I'm not gay, you baka, Naruto. Could have fooled me. Sasuke. Everyone can. Naruto. What do you mean, everyone can? Sasuke. Naruto. Seriously, what do you mean? Hey? What the hell TME? Sasuke and me. Massive sweat drop. Wow, you're slow. Naruto. No, I am not. Me. Yep, you are. Naruto. No. Me. Yes, Naruto. No, me. Yes, Naruto. No, me. Yes. Sasuke. Shut up. Me and Naruto hide behind couch. Me. Wow, gay Uchihas are cranky. Naruto. You're telling me, he's my teammate. Me. Oh, you poor guy, soon to be girl. Well, at least you have a good shopping buddy. Sasuke, eyebrow twitching. You know I can hear you. Me. Yep. Sasuke. Die. Takes out my AK-102. Me. Hey, where the hell did you get that? Sasuke. I stole it from you with my awesome ninja skills. Me. Eyebrow twitching. A awesome ninja skills. Sasuke. Looks smug, constipated. Asterisk. Yep. Me. Evil or a nobody. Steals my weapons. I take out an Uzi. Me. For the grievous crime of stealing my precious weapons. I sentence you to death, after torturing you, of course. Sasuke. Wait, I didn't steal it. It was Naruto. Why, yes, it was Naruto. Naruto. Hey, don't blame me for your stupidity, Tem. Me. I know it was you, Sasuke. I have hidden video cameras everywhere. I know you did it. Naruto, do the disclaimer for me. Please. Naruto. K. Luna-chan doesn't own me. I belong to Masashi Kishimoto. Me. Kuku, you're dead. Sasuke. Sounds of Sasuke getting beaten up. Sasuke. No, not there. Naruto. Grimace. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Talking. Thoughts. Demon talking. Demon thinking. Demon talking in Naruto's head. Jutsus. Now on with the story. Chapter 2. Rainbows. Tilde. He turned towards Naruto and gasped tilde. Happiness. Delight, joy, wonder. But most of all, freedom. Free. As if anything or anyone could touch him. Grief, sadness, hunger, pain, they couldn't reach him. He was light, floating, absolutely free. Then the feeling left, leaving emptiness. Naruto stared at the Lord of Demons in sadness, but then he smiled, thankful for the beautiful feeling of freedom Kami had bestowed upon him, even if it had been for a small moment. Kit, how the hell did you do that? Do what? Make your chakra look like that? How? Like a rainbow. Baka Gaki. A rainbow. Yes, a rainbow. A rainbow. A rainbow. A rainbow. He asked skeptically. Damn it, Gaki. Yes, a frickin' rainbow. Oh. I dunno. I just saw a bunch of different colored chakra and grabbed them and, well, yeah. Amazing, Gaki, the only being I know of that have chakra like that are. Kyuubi looked up. Gaki, you have to wake up right now. I'll talk to you when you wake up. Don't talk out loud. Think of what you want to say and I'll hear it, okay? Okay. Later, Kyuubi-sensei. Outside. World Hospital. Naruto opened his eyes and stared at the bright white ceiling of the hospital. Damn it. I hate hospitals, but at least the doctors are nice. He heard someone moving by the door and looked straight at Sarutobi Hiruzen, the Sandaime Hokage and his self-appointed grandfather. Hello, Gigi. He then noticed the shocked face of his surrogate grandpa. Anyo. Gigi, what's wrong? Why you chakra rainbow surprise one person you are, rambled the Hokage, then he composed himself. Nothing's wrong. I was just surprised. Why, Gigi? Because you were emitting chakra the color of the rainbow, with a white outline. Oh, you saw that? Yes, I did. Should I tell him? Yes, we're going to need his help later on. What if he hates me? If he doesn't hate you now for having me sealed in you, what makes you think he'll hate you after you tell him? True. I guess I'll tell him then. Anyo. Gigi, I have to tell you something. What? Something about. You know. Him. He pointed at his stomach. Oh, him. Wait, what? How do you know about him? Tell him to put a silence barrier jutsu on the room. Can you put a silent barrier jutsu on the room? A silence barrier jutsu. Yeah, that. So can you? Yeah. Sarutobi's hands flew through seals. Silence barrier jutsu. The hospital room glowed a faint blue for a sec. OND then returned to the white it was before. Cool. Sarutobi chuckled. Hee hee. Yeah, cool. So how did you find out about the Kyuubi? When I was unconscious, he said he was going to teach me about being a ninja so I could protect myself. Quote, I guess I wasn't the first one to think about it. What? Nothing. So what else did he tell you? Naruto explained what the Kyuubi told, why he attacked, what Kyuubi had taught him so far, and everything else. When he was done, Sarutobi lit his pipe and thought, that is very interesting indeed. Sarutobi got up and smiled. See you tomorrow, Naruto. Later, Gigi. Well, that was weird. I thought he was going to ask more questions. He yawned and lied down and closed his eyes. Night furball. Night baka gaki. Equals 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 equals. Equals 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 next day equals 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 equals. Naruto opened his eyes and closed them again. Too damn bright. Wakey wakey little gaki, time for training. At the word training, Naruto got up, got out of bed, and was ready to leave in 1 second flat. Damn, that was fast. Gaki. Yeah, you forgot your pants. Nani. He looked down and saw his boxers. Oh. Naruto looked for his pants. Where do the nurses usually put them? Oh yeah, the second drawer to the left of the bed. He opened the drawer and took out his pants. Jackpot. He jumped up and down, trying to put his pants on, steadily moving closer and closer to the stool on the end of the bed, not noticing it was there until too late. He fell over it, feet in the air. This is the scene Hiruzen walked into. What the? Are you okay, Naruto? Yeah, I just fell, he said, blushing, while Kyuubi still laughed at him. Shut it, furball. I have a surprise for you. Naruto looked up. Really? Really? Yeah. What is it? What is it? Come on, tell me. No, you'll know soon enough. Now come with me. They walked through the halls of the hospital and past the streets of Konoha, and kept walking until they arrived at a clearing with trees, young and old. Surrounding it, on one end of the clearing were 3 wooden poles sticking out of the ground, and the other end a small lake. But what really held his interest were the 6 people in the middle of the clearing, standing in a line. 2 were women, one with short purple hair, a dark yellow skirt, fishnet as a shirt, a brown trench coat that covered her assets, metal shin guards, and ninja sandals. The other women had long black hair that reached to her waist, a dress that looked like it was made of bandages under that. She had a red shirt with a sleeve, ND bandages on her right hand and bandages on her left hand. She also had ninja sandals on, but her most dominant feature was her beautiful red eyes. Next to them were 4 men, all of them with Jonin vests. The first had black hair, dark blue shirt with ninja-style pants of the same color. He had bandages on both upper arms and ankles. He also had a white sash with the kanji for fire in red and a cigarette in his mouth. The second had spiky silver hair, his hitai covering his left eye, and a face mask. He had the dark blue shirt and pants with a bandage on his right thigh, and on his hands iron guard gloves with an orange book in it. He giggled every second or so. The third had a black hair that reached to his shoulder blades and a horizontal scar on his cheeks, black shirt and pants, white arm bracers, bandages on his right thigh, and ninja sandals. The last one was the weirdest of all. He had black bowl-cut hair with a green spandex bodysuit with orange leg warmers and blue ninja sandals. When he smiled, his teeth made a small ping sound, which creeped him out. But what really amazed him were the man's thick caterpillar brows. Wow, those are huge. Ha ha ha, super bushy brows. Naruto. Startled out of his thoughts, he looked at Sarutobi. Yes, Gigi. These are your new senseis. Senseis. Wait. Senseis. He looked up at Sarutobi and hugged him. Arigato, Gigi. Naruto let him go and waved at his new teachers. Let's start training. He raised his right fist in the air. Actually, you won't be training with them until next week. But why? Because you're still not fully healed. Yes, I am. Look. He stretched and tried not to grunt in pain. Sarutobi, looking right through him, said, No, you're not. By the way, I haven't introduced them to you. They are Matarashi Anko, Yuhi Kurenai, Sarutobi Asuma, Hitaki Kakashi, Uchiha Itachi, and Might Guy, pointing to each of the people while introducing them. Hello. Everyone said in unison. Hi. Naruto put his finger on his chin in a thinking position. I guess I can wait. Kawaii. Everyone looked at the two women that had suddenly appeared next to Naruto hugging him. Anyo. Kurenai. Anko. What are you doing? Said Kakashi looking at them confused. Lucky brat. Kurenai opened her mouth to respond but Anko beat her. What does it look like, dumbass? We are basking in his cuteness. She squeezed his cheeks. Itai. Itai, it hurts Anko-chan. Everyone but Kurenai, Anko and Naruto were shocked. His cuteness. Oh my Kami-sama, run everyone. We're going to die. The world's gonna end. Anko is a fangirl, Kakashi screamed. Akanai nicked the inside of his thigh. Too close for comfort. Next time I won't miss Kakashi hentai, said Anko softly, her hand still outstretched, eyebrow twitching. Kakashi scratched the back of his head and hid behind Itachi, he. Oh okay Anko. Itachi pushed him away. Damn it, what have I told you about using me as a shield? Not to. Then why the hell do you still do it? Kakashi shrugged his shoulders. Nay. It's fun. Itachi just gave the famous Uchiha glare. While the women were distracted by the men, Naruto wiggled out of their hold and ran towards the Hokage's scary lady. Naruto whispered to his Gigi. I know Naruto. I know. He cleared his throat. If you all don't mind, I want to finish this meeting. Everyone quieted down and paid attention to the Hokage. Good. Now I have two more things to show to all of you. First for Naruto. Here's your schedule. Memorize it then burn it, okay? Oh, and for you to see the contents, put as little chakra as you can into the scroll. Second to all you Jonins. There is something important that you have to see. He bent towards Naruto and whispered in his ear, release as much chakra as you can. Naruto smiled. Gigi. The other people looked on confused. He put his hands on the Ohatsuji ram seal and concentrated and brought out his chakra. Everyone's eyes widened. Oh my Kami-sama. They heard Kurenai say. Kakashi looked shocked and a bit betrayed. Sarut. Obi. He looked at the Hokage and got his answer. Sensei. Whispered Kakashi low enough so that nobody heard him. Sarutobi looked at his surrogate grandson. You can stop now, Naruto. As the kaleidoscope of colors that was Naruto's chakra faded, he opened his eyes and smiled. I always love the feeling I get when I use my chakra. He sighed happily. Hey Gigi, can we go get ramen? I'm kinda hungry. Sure Naruto, let's go. Meeting adjourned. They left the clearing, leaving 6 stunned people. Hell, even the normally stoic Uchiha Itachi had his mouth open. Everyone got a hold of their bearings and Sunshin, head out of the clearing. A leaf fell from the tree, landing on the clam water of the lake as a snake slithered away unnoticed. Chapter end. Polls. I am doing a poll on something and I want you guys to go to my profile and vote, or I will be completely confused on what to do for the 4th chapter. Me. Woohoo, I am done with the 2nd chapter. Oh, and by the way, to the people that asked why Naruto is so art at barely 5 years of age, is because Sarutobi taught him and occasionally has him help with the paperwork, though nobody in the story knows this. Sasuke. That's a important detail. Stupid, why didn't you put it in? Me. Shut it, Sasuke, I forgave you for stealing my weapons, but don't think I won't beat the living shit out of you. I am still pissed off about it. Sasuke. Cough. Me. That's more like it, Naruto, you're scary. Me. Oh, I know. It's fun to be scary anyways. Thank you for reading and please review. Luna-chan. 3. Chapter 3. Polls will be closed when I finish writing Chapter 4, which will proba Blibey next week because I'm still tweaking it a bit since the poll isn't done. Me. Hey Naruto, you know where my USB is? You know, the one where all the chapters for your story are. Naruto. No. Wisp. Hurry up, Sasuke. Kaden Hausenka no Jutsu burns USB. Naruto. Yes. Now she can't post up the chapters. Me. Never mind. Good thing I have a backup. Pulls out USB ** Naruto. What? Me. What? Why? Oh, you thought that I was stupid enough to not make a copy of the story, especially when I knew you would try to destroy it. Foolish, I'm not you. Naruto. Hey, Sasuke. Damn it, Dobi, she's right. Why the hell didn't you look for a copy? Naruto. Cause I didn't think she would make a copy. Me. Again, I'm not you. Sasuke. Kaden Hausenka no Jutsu burns copy. Me. What? Sasuke. You might be smarter than the Dobi but you're not smarter than me. Naruto. Hey, me. Asterisk on my knees holding the remains MIS story cries Naruto and Sasuke. Don't cry. Me. Why not? You destroyed my beautiful work. It took me 5 months. HS to get the courage to write the story and 3 months to write those chapters. Naruto and Sasuke. Damn it, now I feel guilty. Me. Well, you should. Naruto. Is there anything we can do for you? Me. No. Sasuke. Anything. Me. No. See, can you please just leave me alone for a while? Naruto and Sasuke. Sure, call me if you need anything. I turn away. Naruto and Sasuke leave. I go to the computer and open a jewelry case by it. Me. Suckers, open secret compartment with another USB asterisk. I'm smarter than both of you. I turn to the computer and start writing. Talking. Thoughts. Demon talking. Demon thinking. Demon talking in Naruto's head. Jutsus. Now on with the story. Chapter 3. Dreams and Dinner. The next day Naruto woke up yawning, rubbing the sleepiness out of his eyes. Standing up, he went to the bathroom and did his normal morning routine. After showering, he put on blue pants and an orange long-sleeved t-shirt. Over that he put a blue sweater with an orange pocket and the usual red spiral on his back. He looked out the window and stumbled towards it in surprise. Instead of the usual blue skies, trees, and tall buildings, was destruction. No, that was too mild. Carnage was more like it. Fire had made the sky a burnt orange hue. Everywhere he looked there were dead bodies, buildings decimated into nothing but rubble. He ran outside and was instantly buffeted by the smell of blood, both old and new. He gagged and almost vomited. Still he went out trying to ignore the smell. Sound of all kinds danced around him. What the hell is that sound coming from? He thought while running down the still smoking rubble and went towards the body of a young girl under a huge pile of rocks. He tried to move the rock, crushing her legs and lower stomach, and couldn't. Still trying to get the rock off her, he asked, "Are you okay?" She didn't respond. Finally looking at her face, he backed away and tripped, falling to the ground. He didn't notice his scraped hands and the small pieces of glass embedded in them. He dragged himself away, looking at her glazed eyes. Ayame Nichan. He stood up, running off blood, still thinking of her glazed, emotionless eyes. Not noticing where he was going, he crashed into a body. Surprised, he looked up and met the chocolate brown eyes of Iruka. "Iruka-sensei. I'm so glad I found you. We have to go help Ayame Nichan. She's stuck under a rock, and after that you can tell me what's going on here." Tears fell down his eyes as he finally noticed the noose on Iruka's neck. Naruto walked behind him and saw a piece of rope leading from the noose on his neck to a small metal pole that held a charred sign. Looking lower, he saw dozens of bloody kunai sticking out of him. He stared at the broken doll-like corpse that was Iruka. Iruka Nisan. He turned around and ran, street hopping every so often when he saw his loved ones running off, with the same gnawing, ripping pain that increased and increased as he realized that they were dead. Finally he collapsed in front of the Hokage tower, screaming and crying. Why? Why? He beat the ground with his fists, each hit reminding him of the dead bodies of his friends, comrades, and family. Images flashed past his mind. Ayame Nichan's crushed body. Iruka Nisan's dead doll-like body, feet barely touching the ground. Kakashi's decapitated head, his body spread on the memorial stone, blood dripping off the edges to the ground. Sakura-chan with a pike through her torso. Guy and Lee, their bones broken, their skulls smashed almost flat. Tenten with her body pinned to a wall, kunai holding her arms and feet up, and another kunai in her heart. Neji's charred and burned body barely recognizable. Hinata, Kiba, Kurenai, and Asuma with katana slashes through their bodies, limbs strew across the field, and so many more. Family AR faces passed by, each death worse than the last. The world seemed to spin, then stop. With cold, dead eyes he looked at the tower. Gigi, he should know what's happening. He ran inside the tower, passing through the flames, ignoring them as he got burned. He ran up a flight of stairs, looking straight ahead, not wanting to see the dead bodies. Climbing up the last flight of stairs, he faintly noticed that instead of being hot, it was cold. He reached the end of the hallway and opened Gigi's office door. Frozen, he looked at the scene in front of him in horror. "I should have killed you long ago, aid Sarutobi as he stared up at the katana-wielding man that was covered in shadows. Kukuku, yes you should have, but you didn't because you're a senile old fool that let his heart get in the way, shadowed man retorted, spitting out the word, heart, as if it were venom, and because of that your precious village was destroyed, its citizens dead, and you, its precious Hokage, fallen. Tell me sensei, how does it feel? How does it feel to know it was all your fault? The shadowed man laughed insanely. Kukukuku, goodbye sensei, he said teasingly, and ran the katana through his skull in bet. Ween his eyes all the while looking at Naruto with yellow slitted eyes. Naruto's eyes snapped open as he gasped for air. He got out of his bed and ran to the window, sighing in relief. He looked at the tall buildings covered in moonlight completely whole. Noticing he was soaked in sweat, he took a short shower, wondering who most of the people in his dream were, and then he shook his head and put the nightmare on the back of his mind. Climbing into his bed, his eyes closed, still remembering the yellow slitted eyes that looked strangely like a snake's. Beep, 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 beep crash. Nigh too frickin' early. Damn it, I'ma need a new alarm clock. Wake up. Geez, okay I'm up. Kami-sama, what crawled up your ass and died, furball? You know what, never mind, I don't wanna know. Naruto got up and went to the bathroom. He got out, the Kyuubi still growling at him. All of a sudden Kyuubi started laughing in sadistic glee that creeped our blonde hero out. Hee Gaki, I got a present for you. Really? What is it? What is it? Come and tell me, please. Okay, one, don't beg, it degrades me, my container will never beg, got it? Yes Kyuubi sensei. And two, you sure you really want it? Yes. Really, yes. Okay, you wanted it, here's your present. And Naruto's face met what we people call the ground. What the hell, why can't I get up, furball? Don't call me furball, whatever. Now what the hell happened to me, furball? Naruto growled as he got up slowly. Kyuubi growled back, then sighed. I put gravity seals on you. Gravity seals? What are seals? And what in the hell is gravity? Seals are categorized under the art of fuinjutsu. They are used to seal objects into other objects, like the fourth sealing me into you. And gravity is the force that keeps everything on this world where it is. And not float into space. It's also what makes things that go up, go down. Space. What is space? Space is the stars, planets, galaxies, well, the universe in general. Planets. There are other planets, do they have people? I can't tell you, but I can tell you other things. Tell me, I'll tell you when you eat breakfast. Okay. Naruto made ramen, sat on his couch, and listened to Kyuubi as he explained what he knew about the universe. Wow, was all he could say when Kyuubi finished. Anyo, so the stars are really suns from other galaxies that are billions of miles away. That have planets, and planets are made from dust and other things after the sun is made, and the sun ages, and when its lifetime ends it just explodes. He spread his arms out, and it destroys the entire galaxy. He put his arms down. Yes, and that, yes, Kit, and, yes, wow, I know, wow, okay, it's amazing, now drop it. But, drop it, drop it. Naruto sighed. Fine. He looked at the clock on top of the television. Damn, it's 1:30 p.m. already. Which means we've been talking for 6.5 hours. Naruto's stomach rumbled. He scratched the back of his head. I guess I'm hungry. No, really. Shut it, furball. He went to the kitchen and put water in the stove to boil. Is ramen all you can do? Yes. That's it, I'm teaching you how to cook. As if that's going to help. The villagers would rather throw me in a pit of spikes than sell me anything. Believe me, they've done it before, and if they do sell me something it's so overpriced that even the richest person in the world would complain. Okay, then I'll just teach you the Henge no Jutsu. What's that? It's a jutsu that turns the user into the appearance of anyone of anything. Oh, okay. The seals are Inu, Buddha, and Tora, dog, boar, tiger. An hour later Naruto had mastered it. He was able to turn from a pebble to a person in a short amount of time. Henge no Jutsu. He hanged and looked in the mirror and nodded. In front of him was a middle-aged man of about 35 years of age with brownish-black hair and a bald spot on the back of his head. His eyes were wide-set and a dull sandy brown. He had large eyebrows though not as large as Guy's and a large nose with a small mouth. He wore a brown t-shirt with dark blue pants and black sandals. All in all, he was a plain and somewhat frail-looking man. He smiled, grabbed some money, locked his door, and headed to the shopping district. Walking into the grocery store, he got a basket and got everything that Kyubi told him to get. Oh, and no ramen. But, no ramen. It stunts your growth, and won't give you the necessary energy for the training I'll put you in. Fine. When he was finished, he went to the counter and smiled hesitantly at the cashier. The cashier smiled back and rung up the cost. Naruto paid and got out in a daze. That cashier, the same cashier that smiled at him, was the same cashier that glared and overcharged him. The same who would throw him out for no reason. He went to other stores and was treated the same way. He smiled, making sure that nobody was watching him, went home and dispelled his henge. He set the bags on the table and put all the food away. When he was done, he doubted that anything else would fit there, since Kyubi told him to get extra. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make something easy, stir-fry chicken with steamed rice. Chapter end. First, I want to thank everyone that reviewed. I haven't until now said thanks, and I just wanted to say it. Thank you. Backup ACC Midnight Rain Elrail. Luno Konik Theotaku Akatsuki. Hinata of the Red Spring Atushi Kaneko. Me. Thank you reviewers. Naruto comes in. Naruto. Hey Luna-chan, I just want Ed to say sorry about burning I thought you said we burned it all. Me. Scratches back of head, he, you didn't. Naruto. You made us go through all that guilt trip for something that didn't happen. Me. Well, you deserved it. Those were 10 gigabytes USB you burned, each costing me $80, so I deserve to get a little retribution. Sasuke. Why are you screaming, Dobi? Naruto. She lied to us out not having any more copies of the story. Me. Technically I didn't lie, I never said I didn't have any more copies, just that you burned my hard work. Naruto. That's not true. Me. Yes, it is. See Hand Seal's flashback no jutsu. Sasuke. Kaden Hausenka no jutsu burns copy. Me. What? Sasuke. You might be smarter than the Dobi, but you're not smarter than me. Naruto. Hey. Me. Asterisk on my knees holding the Ramai. NS asterisk M my S story cries Naruto and Sasuke. Don't cry. Me. Why not? You destroyed my beautiful work. It took me 5 months to get the courage to write the story and 3 months to write those chapters. Me. Flashback no jutsu. Kai. See, I was telling the truth. Naruto. You suck. Me. You suck more. Sasuke. Both of you shut up. Leave it alone. Naruto. It's over. Me. Who are you and what have you done to Sasuke? Take out kunai. Sasuke. I'm Sasuke. Me. How do I know you're Sasuke and not an imposter? Sasuke. Because nobody can impersonate me. Kami-sama, are you a baka or what? I'm an Uchiha. Me. What did I do to you when you stole my weapons? Faints in horror. Me. Yep, that's Sasuke. Chapter 4. Yay. New chappy. Me. La 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 la. Sasuke. Why are you so happy? Me. Twirling cause of this chapter. Sasuke. So you're happy because of a stupid chapter. Me. Yes, stops twirling and because of something else. Sasuke. What? Me. Oh, you'll see. 3 Naruto screams. Naruto. WHO did this. WHO det royed my beautiful jumpsuit. Naruto comes in wearing a neon yellow jumpsuit. Me. H. Naruto. You did this, Luna-chan. How could you do this? Me. How could I do that? Well, I stole your jumpsuits. You were sleeping and bleached them until they were that color. I thought of doing them white, but it wasn't as funny as doing them yellow. Naruto. Not that way, he sighed, trying to calm down. I mean, why in the frickin' world would you do this? Me. Friday, August 28, 2009, 0423 hours. Naruto. What? Me. Think. What did you do that day? Flashback. Luna-chan is sleeping. All of a sudden you see Naruto Cr. Eeping behind Luna-chan. He sprays a weird concoction on Luna-chan's hair. When he's done, he leaves quietly. Morning. Luna-chan wakes up and goes to the sink and brushes her teeth. She looks up and screams. Me. My hair it's pink. Naruto! Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Naruto is on the floor rolling around laughing flashback end. Naruto. Oh yeah, that was funny. Me. Yep, it was so funny that I bleached your jumpsuits Naruto. Meh, it's okay, I can just buy new ones. Me. Oh yeah, and got the tailors to stop making the jumpsuit. Naruto. So what, with enough money I can make them do the jumpsuits. Me. And stop the making and exportation of ramen in Fire Country. Naruto. So Naruto faints. Naruto. Muttering and no ramen no ramen no ramen no ramen no ramen no ramen. Me. Sigh, I'm so evil cuckoo Sasuke. Wasn't that a little too much? Me. Nope. Sasuke. So what now? Me. I dunno. Oh yeah, I do not own Naruto or any other animes that are or might seem affiliated with this story. Oh yeah, and there's a time skip on this chapter. I'll probably do some flashbacks of Naruto's training, maybe. Talking. Thoughts. Demon talking. Demon thinking. Demon talking in Naruto's head. Jutsus. Now on with the story. Chapter 4. Academy Days Part 1. It was a beautiful and peaceful day in Konoha. The sun was shining and the sky was a cloudless blue, much to the annoyance of a certain Nara. The world will end before you see catch the great Uzumaki Naruto, a boy in an orange jumpsuit, now known as Uzumaki Naruto, yelled, destroying the peace. Come back here Uzumaki-san, you have to face the consequences of defiling the Cage Monument, a bear-masked Anbu said while chasing him. Never. Naruto threw the open neon orange paint can at the array of ninja following him, from Genin to Anbu. The paint can hit a Genin and a Chunin on the head, painting them yellow and knocking them out. The unfortunate bear-masked Anbu slipped on the paint and hit the back of his head. He landed on the roof, KO'd next to his fallen comrades. 3 down, 19 more to go. He landed on the ground by a tall picket fence. Come on, the brat went his way. A random Junin said, pointing ahead of him. All the ninja went to where he pointed to, passing him by. The Junin smirked and turned back to Naruto. Idiots. He went to an alleyway as an old man with a black cane passed by. Yep, I'm the best, nobody can catch me, someone coughed behind him. Naruto spinned around and chuckled nervously. Hi Iruka-sensei. Iruka just stared at him and all of a sudden Naruto was tied up and being dragged to the academy. Let me go Iruka-sensei, I don't wanna go. He struggled trying to get free. Quiet or I'll gag you. Naruto instantly shut up. Inside the class everyone was talking loudly. They shut up when Iruka came in dragging a disgruntled Naruto behind him. Now everyone. He put Naruto on a seat by his desk. Because of Naruto here we're going to review the henge. Everyone groaned. Thanks a lot Naruto Baka, said a rosette-haired girl. Forehead is right Baka, said a blonde girl. Naruto just haughtily turned away. He looked at Iruka. What about me? He asked Iruka. Not you Naruto. I still remember last time. Flashback. A 11-year-old Naruto stands in front of the class. Now Naruto, I want you to do the henge no jutsu. Iruka-sensei. Naruto did the hand signs. Henge no jutsu, he screamed out. Iruka looked up and blood shot out of his nose as he skyrocketed towards the wall. In front of Iruka was a buxom brunette with body that was the epitome of all the wet dreams of heterosexual males, but that wasn't what caused him to have a nosebleed. The reason was that the beautiful creature in front of him was totally and completely naked, except for 2 wisps of smoke barely covering her breasts and privates. So do I pass, Iruka-sensei? She asked in a seductively husky voice. Naruto d dispel that henge. Iruka screamed out while holding his nose trying to stop the bleeding. Poof. Naruto stood where the brunette used to stand. So, do I pass? End flashback. Ah, but Iruka-sensei. No Naruto, you'll stay there tied up until the end of class, Iruka said while wiping a small speck of blood from his nose. Naruto's sweat dropped. Wow, Iruka-Nisan really is a pervert. First up, the impromptu pop quiz went on until everyone was finished. Well done everyone. Now remember tomorrow is the Genin exams, so rest up and eat a good breakfast. Yane everyone. Everyone but Naruto stood up, bowed, and left the room. So, are you going to untie me Iruka-sensei? Iruka looked at Naruto, grabbed his shoulder and shunshin, head to the Hokage monument. Yes, so you can clean this up. Ah, Iruka-sensei, why? It's a work of art. More like graffiti. Now go on, start cleaning. He gave Naruto a big brush and some cleaner. 10 minutes later the Hokage monument was as good as new. That was fast, exclaimed Iruka surprised. Well, the paint is washable. Hell, if the ninja that were chasing me would have used some Suiten jutsu, the paint would have washed right off. Iruka's sweat dropped. Well, see you tomorrow, Naruto. Later, Iruka-sensei. Iruka Shunshin. Ed while waving off. When Naruto was sure Iruka was gone, he smirked. And pop! Faint wisps of SMO. K traveled with the wind where Naruto used to stand. 17 blocks away, in a small ramen stand, an old man with a black cane laughed as he put his chopsticks down. The world will end before they can catch me, was all he said. Naruto woke up excited. He looked at the clock on the bureau and saw that it was still too early to go to the academy. He took a shower and brushed his teeth, then made pancakes with eggs and bacon. He looked at the small watch on his wrist and smiled. He went to the door, put on his sandals and went out, locking the door. Jumping on the roofs, he headed for the academy. When he arrived, he stood outside and looked at the whitewashed walls and painted red roofs and sighed as he went inside, walking inside the classroom. He greeted Iruka, then sat down next to a window and looked outside, distracted. He didn't notice the students filing in one by one until Iruka started talking. Okay class, we will first be starting with a written test lasting 1 hour. Then there will be a shuriken and kunai throwing test which will last 2 hours. And last there will be a jutsu test consisting of the kawarimi no jutsu, bunshin no jutsu, and henge no jutsu, lasting 2 hours. Mizuki will be passing out the test in a minute. When Mizuki was finished, Iruka looked at the clock, and time starts now. Naruto looked at his paper and immediately noticed the genjutsu on it. He looked at Mizuki discreetly and waited until he had turned around. Odd, he has a genjutsu on his back. Kai, he whispered low enough nobody would hear him. He looked down and did the test. When the time was up, Iruka told everyone to go outside. Okay, now we will be doing the shuriken test. There are 20 targets, 10 for shuriken and 10 for kunai. To pass this test you have hit a minimum of 5 targets. First up, Naruto ignored Iruka until he called the names he was most interested in. Haruno Sakura. Sakura threw the kunai first and then the shuriken, getting 6 out of 10 on both. Hyuga Hinata. To the surprise of everyone, Hinata scored a perfect 100. If you would look very closely you could see he small smirk she gave at Naruto. Naruto just smiled back, idiotically. Akamichi Choji. He walked up munching on his chips. He grabbed the kunai and threw them one by one, getting 7 out of 10. He then grabbed the shuriken and got a 6 out of 10. Nara Shikamaru. Shikamaru walked up lazily and threw the kunais and shuriken, getting 7 out of 10 on both. Yamanaka Ino. She threw the kunai and shuriken, getting the same score as Sakura. Inuzuka Kiba. He scored 5 out of 10 in kunai and 7 out of 10 in shuriken. Aburame Shino. He scored 8 out of 10 on both. Uchiha Sasuke. Ignoring his screaming cough, screeching cough fangirls, he threw the shuriken and kunai, getting 10 out of 10 on both kunai and shuriken. His fangirls went wild. Choruses of "You're so cool," "I love you," and other things were shouted at him. He just ignored them and leaned on a tree. Fangirls instantly surrounded him. Ga are so annoying. Sasuke thought tuning them out. Naruto smiled, loving seeing Sasuke annoyed. Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto stood up and threw the shurikens and kunais, getting a 5 out of 10 in both. Figures. The baka can't even throw right, said a random Sasuke fangirl. Naruto just looked at her for a minute, his face serious, making her nervous. Then he smiled like an idiot and turned away, making her forget all about it. They all went inside the classroom and Iruka explained the last test. One by one the students filed in. Some came back with a hit I-8, some didn't come back at all. Naruto just street ared at the Hokage monument with his chin on his hands until, finally, his name was called up. Uzumaki Naruto. He walked out of the door and entered the classroom across the hall. On his left was AD-esque with a few hitayates and Iruka with Mizuki sitting behind it. On his right just empty space. He walked to the middle of the room. Okay Naruto, the first jutsu you have to do is the Bunshin no Jutsu. You have to do a minimum of 3 to pass. The second you have to do is Henge no Jutsu, and the last is the Kawarimi no Jutsu. You can begin at any time. Naruto smiled his goofy smile as his hands blurred, making hand signs. Bunshin no Jutsu. 20 Narutos filled the room. The real Naruto rubbed the back of his neck sheepishly when Iruka and Mizuki stared at him surprised. Sorry about that, but ing less than 20 Bunshin is impossible for me. I have too much chakra, he said while dispelling the jutsu. Okay, continue. Iruka-sensei. He did some hand seals. Henge no Jutsu. He turned into a perfect copy of Mizuki. Iruka looked down and wrote something on his clipboard. He looked at Naruto and told him to dispel the Henge and Kawarimi. Already done, Iruka-sensei. Iruka looked in front of him and saw Mizuki. He looked next to him and saw another Mizuki. He looked at the Mizuki in front of him. Very funny Naruto. Now please do the Kawarimi no Jutsu. But Iruka-sensei, I already did. Iruka looked the Mizuki next to him. Poof. And now Hengeless. Naruto sat there. Hi Iruka-sensei. Naruto said while waving at him. Amazing, he Kawarimi'd with Mizuki, a Chunin. To do that he'd have to have overpowered Mizuki's chakra. Which means he has more chakra than a Chunin. Iruka grinned at Naruto widely. Congratulations Naruto, you are now a genin of Konohagakure. I wish you the best of luck. No. Naruto and Iruka looked at the angry Mizuki. I will not let a demon like that become a ninja. He killed my parents, now I'll kill him. Kai. The genjutsu around Mizuki disappeared, revealing a gray-clad Mizuki with 2 Dai shuriken on his back. He quickly grabbed one and threw it towards Naruto. At the same time Iruka jumped in front of Naruto. Splat. Blood tricked and fell on the floor, eating a small puddle as Naruto looked up at Iruka. Ruka Nisan Yubaka. Naruto laughed a bit while pulled the large shuriken out of his back. More of his blood splattered on the floor, creating a gruesome, but beautiful pattern on the floor. You seriously think that would have let you take that hit? Naruto. Iruka looked at Naruto shocked. A small tear fell from his eye. Oh, how sweet, the current and past dobis together again. Just makes me wanna cry, but I think I'll kill you instead. But before that, he turned to Naruto. Do you want to know why everybody hates you? Why they glare at you, spit on you, despise you? Do you want to know? Well, I'll tell you. Mizuki. No. Shut up Iruka. The reason why they hate you so much is because you have the Kyuubi no Kitsune sealed in me. Ka and Mizuki looked at a calm Naruto in surprise. What? You seriously didn't think I wouldn't notice that the most powerful Biju in the world is sealed inside me? Hell, I've known since I was 5, ever since he first started talking to me. He talks to you. Iruka muttered under his breath, still surprised. He slumped down unconscious onto the floor when a small metal ball hit him in the temple. Finally some peace and quiet. What I was going to say was that you are the Kyuubi no Kitsune, the creature that has killed thousands, the creature that will die by my hands. He got the second Dai Shu. Riken. Now die. He threw the weapon at Naruto. Thud. Too slow Mizuki Tem. Mizuki stiffened and turned around, only to find Naruto gone again, still too slow. Mizuki heel kicked Naruto, sending him rashing into the desk. Who's the slow one now? Apparently you. Mizuki looked behind him to see Naruto. He looked in front of him, seeing another Naruto. What? Yo Mizuki Tem. He looked left and another Naruto was there. What? Wait. Kukukukuku Bunshin no Jutsu. Really demon, did you think I would fall for an academy jutsu? He ran towards the Naruto that had fallen onto the desk. You are the real demon. He shouted while stabbing Naruto. Poof. Wrong Mizuki Tem. Cage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto smirked and did a cross-shaped hand seal. Cage Bunshin no Jutsu. After that, all you could hear were the pain-filled screams of Mizuki. Chapter end. Finally the chappie is done. Sasuke. Shouldn't you be worrying over the dobi? Why? Sasuke points to a still yellow Naruto in fetal position, rocking back and forth, sucking his thumb. Wow, I did a pretty good job Sasuke. Just fix him, I need to spar. Wanna spar with me? Evil grin Sasuke. Shiver no. But why? Sasuke. Cuz, you'll kill me. Me. I wouldn't do to wait never mind waves hand I would Sasuke sweat drops. Me. Well anyways the poll is closed, I repeat poll is closed. And the winner is, drumroll please. Sasuke. If you'll think'll actually do it you're delusional. Me. Pretty please puppy I know jutsu Sasuke. Sigh fine but only if you fix Naruto. Me. Arg. Fine. Goes to the kitchen then comes back hey Naruto look. Ramen. Whoosh. Me. Damn that was fast. Naruto. Thanks for the ramen Luna-chan. Me. You're welcome. Now the winner of the poll is, Sasuke drumroll. Sasuke appears wearing G-band gear with huge drum strapped to the front. Naruto. Ha 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 and nice Sasuke tem Sasuke. Shut the hell up Dobby asterisk drumrolls. Me. The weapon Naruto will carry will be a sword. Naruto. Sweet I'ma have my own sword. Me. Well see you next time. Read and review. Luna-chan. 3. Chapter 5. Me. Hello everyone and welcome to another chapter of Shinigami's Curse Kami's Blessing. I want you all to say hi to Uzu. Maki Naruto and Uchiha tem I mean Sasuke. Sasuke. Glares. Me. Geez take that damn redwood out of your ass, I was just kidding. Sasuke. Glare harder. Me. You're going to get cross-eyed Sasuke. Glares even harder fuck you. Me. Okay. How about the day after? Lemme think. Never Naruto. She got you there. Sasuke. Be quiet, Arasukantachi. Naruto. La 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 I am not being quiet la 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 la. Me. Glares Naruto Naruto. W what? Me. L A L A L A L A L A L A L A. Naruto. Foxy grin asterisk la 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 la. Me and Naruto. L A L A L A L A L A L A L A annoy 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 la 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 la. Sasuke. Shut the fuck up. Me and Naruto. Eep. Me. Whispers as he PM sing Naruto. Whispers I think so. Sasuke. Shut the fuck up asterisk goes to bed and falls asleep me. Still whispering hey Naruto wanna prank him. Naruto. Whisper scream asterisk yes. Me. But what should we do? Oh I know Naruto. Too small. Me. You're right Naruto. How about? Me. No that will take a long time Naruto. Yeah. Me and Naruto think. Me. I know what to do whispers in Naruto's ear. Naruto. Wait want. That you're right that's perfect what about oh okay so we're going to use that. Me and Naruto. Hold flashlight under face asterisk muahahahahahaha. Sasuke. Shut up. Me and Naruto snicker. Talking. Thoughts. Demon talking. Demon thinking. Demon talking in Naruto's head. Jutsus. Now on with the story. Chapter 5. Academy Days Part 2. A small hand hit the alarm clock trying to turn it off. Final. Why finding the button they pressed it, and pressed it again, and again, and again, until finally, getting tired, picked up the alarm clock and threw it to the opposite wall. Naruto snuggled deeper into his covers faintly wondering why the alarm clock was on until it hit him, the Genin team selections. He got up quickly and checked the calendar. Yes today was the team selections. He did a small lit TLE jig and went to the bathroom to take a shower. He looked into the small mirror and, in a move that displayed its familiarity, bit his thumb and wiped the blood on his left bicep. Instantly the image in the mirror changed. Instead of short blonde hair and a masculine face was the face of an angel you could say. Waist-length sunshine blonde hair, thin slanted eyebrows, exotic sky blue cat-like eyes, a small bow mouth. And 6 barely noticeable scars 3 on each cheek that made her look like a fox all framed by a heart-shaped face and long bangs that covered her right eye stared back. I still can't believe I thought I was a boy. Flashback. A small 7-year-old girl ran past the halls of the Hokage Tower, unnoticed. She entered a door marked Hokage, and screamed, "Gigi look at me, a old M." And wearing long robes looked away from the Hokage monument and dropped his pipe as he saw the little girl, and Naruto. "Gigi what happened? I woke up this morning like this. What's wrong with me?" Naruto whispered in the end. "Well Naruto. The henge dispelled. I had a henge on me." "Yes, you did. I can't tell you why, completely but I can tell you some of it." "Then tell me, when the Kyuubi was sealed into you the Yondaime put an extra seal on you, For safety measures, he put a henge that would let you look like a boy. But what puzzles me is that the henge was supposed to be dispelled when you turned 12 inches. So I wasn't going to know until I was 12 inches. Well, yes. Naruto sighed. You know what, I'm not even going to get mad. Now are you going to put the henge back up or am I going to stay like this? For your safety, you'll have to put your henge up until you are ready to let it go. Luckily the Yondaime made a contingency plan in case this happened. Sarutobi pulled his sleeve up and added some chakra to a small seal on his forearm. A small scroll appeared. This scroll contains a seal that will place a permanent henge on you. To dispel it, all you have to do is smear some blood on it and add some chakra to put it back on. Gigi. Flashback end. She sighed and looked at the small white clock and cursed. I'm going to be late. She took the shortest shower in her life and put on her normal black and midnight blue kunoichi clothes. She channeled chakra into the seal and the seal disappeared as she turned into the orange-wearing male that everyone knew. He went out the door and sprinted to the academy. He ran to his class and opened the door. Without looking in, he bowed in apology. Gomenasai Iruka-sensei. Sorry, I'm late. He looked at the class, empty save for one blue-haired girl laughing at him. Ha ha ha, why you actually fell for it, Naru-chan. Ha ha ha. Naruto glared at his friend, sister. Mo, you're so mean. Not a Ni-chan. He pouted, making Hinata laugh harder. Naruto walked up the steps and sat 2 rows ahead of the Hyuga and ignored her. 5 minutes later Hinata had calmed down, though a small giggle would escape now and again. Slowly the class began to file in, many looking surprised at how quiet Naruto was. All he did was lay his head on his arms and fall asleep. Unknown to him, a certain Uchiha had sit next to him, effectively blocking said Uchiha from having one of his fangirls sit next to him. I won. 2 girls screamed in unison as they squeezed through the door. One was a blonde girl 4 feet 9 with a long ponytail and bangs partly covering her left blue eye. She had on a purple half shirt and a purple skirt with slits that stopped at her hips, arm warmers, and bandages covering her stomach and thighs. Her hidaite was tied around her waist like a belt. The other was a pink-haired girl 4 feet 8 in a sleeveless red dress with a white outline of a circle on the end and black biker shorts. She had green eyes and her hidaite was used as a hairband. Both had the customary kunai and shuriken holsters with blue ninja sandals. No, I got here first, forehead. My toe was in before yours, pig. They growled at each other, then spotted the object of their affections, the reason they were rivals. Uchiha Sasuke. They ran towards Sasuke, hoping to sit next to him. Then they noticed a mop of blonde hair and a horrendous orange jumpsuit. They glared at Uzumaki Naruto, self-appointed rival to the Uchiha, and thus his fangirls. Naruto, oblivious, slept on without a care in the world. Sakura opened her mouth to yell at him, when a small voice interrupted her. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You wouldn't like the consequences. Sakura and Ino stared at Hinata with a bit of surprise, then ignored her. Wake up, Naruto baka! Sakura screamed. She then found herself across the room. She fell down extremely lightheaded and stunned, leaving an imprint of her body on the wall. Everything was quiet. On the other side of the room was a blonde boy, arms still outstretched after flipping and punching her simultaneously, his bangs covering his eyes. Don't ever wake me up like that again. His voice was soft and quiet, clear in the silence. I told her not to, but did she listen? No. Everyone turned to Hinata surprised at the normally introvert girl, but the silence was broken and slowly the genin started talking, while Ino went to help Sakura. Naruto sat down after Hinata had talked and put a hand over his eyes. I need chocolate. A hand touched his shoulder. He looked up and saw Hinata. She smiled and gave him some chocolate. Here, Naruto-kun. Thank Hinata-chan. He took a bite out of the chocolate and sighed happily. You really are a lifesaver. Hinata smiled, then noticed the bleeding cut on his left bicep. She looked back at the still days. Sakura and noticed a piece of orange cloth on her hand that was slowly turning black and a small amount of blood on her fingernails. She smiled as the cut Naruto had healed up, leaving some blood on it. Perfect. And went back to her seat. All the while Sasuke Uchiha stared at the blonde trying to figure out how the dead last had moved so fast. he looked towards the front of the classroom, put his hands in front of his face and thought, maybe the Dobie is more than what he seems. He shifted his eyes to look at Naruto and a small sweat drop formed in his head. Next to him Naruto was rocking side to side, smiling, and chanting, chocolate, chocolate, over and over while eating his chocolate. Sasuke mentally sighed, maybe not. TCH, Baka Dobie. There was silence next to him and all of AS. Udon, a whiskered face, was in front of him. You say something, Tem. Sasuke stared at the crouching Naruto on his desk. Baka Dobie, he said clearly, enunciating each word. Naruto growled and cocked his right fist back. Behind them a certain Inuzuka tripped over an almost invisible piece of wire and crashed into the table behind him, making it move, which was coincidentally the table that Naruto was on, making Naruto topple forward into the Uchiha. Sasuke tried to stop Naruto but his right hand slipped, smearing the blood over Naruto's bicep. Surprised at the blood, he didn't notice Naruto's face getting closer to him until their faces made contact, at the lips. Lips still locked, their eyes widened and stared at each other in shock as they both toppled to the floor. Naruto because he was kissing the Uchiha, and Sasuke because as he stared at Naruto, his features had melted into a girl's. End chapter. The end. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.